Hey, what is going on, guys? It's DK back at you with another video here to break down the five-game NBA preseason slate here on Wednesday. A couple things before I get into the video. One, again, we're over 910 subscribers. Thank you guys all so much for all the support. Really do appreciate each and every one of you. And then two, again, I'm doing a weekly giveaway on this channel. All you have to do is leave a like and a comment in the video. That's one entry in the giveaway. Max one comment, though, per video. And then it starts with my Monday Night Football video that I had up last week, goes throughout this week, and ends my Monday Night video at the end of the week. So however many videos up for the week, you can enter at that time or that many times. So again, if I have 10 videos up for the week, you can enter it 10 times. And with that out of the way, and the winner receives $20 from myself. With that out of the way, let's jump into the video. So let's look at my lineup here from Tuesday. So I'm kind of kicking myself here. This is what I have: CP3, Jamal Murray, Jimmy Butler, Bam, Cat, DeLon Wright, Gallinari, Steve Adams. I'm really kicking myself for going CP3 over SGA at the last second. I had SGA all day, and I switched to CP3. A really dumb mistake on my part. I saw CP3 was going, and I was just banking on him playing in the second half. They sat CP3 in the second half. SGA got all the run. I think he has like 33 fantasy points. I'm really kicking myself. Dumb mistake on my part. Jimmy Butler and Bam were two guys I really liked. Bam was the thumbnail of my video for a reason. 28 fantasy points. He crushed it. Cat, obviously he was the chalk. Jamal Murray, I went with him with no Nikola Jokic. DeLon Wright, this is the frustrating part with Dallas. So they sat Doncic, they sat Porzingis, and they only ran the starters out there for like 10, 12 minutes, and then just used the end of the bench. Everyone played like 10 to 15 minutes. So super frustrating there. I know it's a back-to-back, but these guys, all the guys that are playing were young. So, yeah. Unfortunately, that things like that will happen in the preseason. It's unpredictable. So, sorry if I got you guys on DeLon Wright. It's just, I was not expecting him to only play 11 minutes. Really thought he would get 20 to 25 in this one. So, again, sorry about that one. Gallinari had 21, perfectly fine. And then Steven Adams, I got 2 just because I thought the minutes would be pretty secure for him. Probably going to be an L for me tonight. I'm in the money right now, but I don't think it's going to hold. Again, really dumb mistake for me going CP3 over SGA. Well, let's see if we can, get back on the winning track here tonight. Ah, shit. Hold on. Sorry about that. Okay. Where are we at? So, oh, no, that's not it. That's a showdown slate. Sorry. Where is this? The 5-game slate. Sure. All right, here we go. So before we get into salaries, let's go over some minutes. Well, first, let's talk about teams in the back-to-backs, right? So Dallas is on a back-to-back, but they really limited all the starters in this one. Porzingis and Doncic didn't even play, so not too worried about Dallas. Let's see, who else is on a back-to-back? Miami's on a back-to-back. Their starters got a decent amount of run, so that does concern me a bit with guys like Bam, Jimmy Butler. Let's see, and then anyone else? Those are the only two teams, right? Yeah, just Miami and Dallas. So the only real concern with the back-to-back there is Miami with those, Jimmy Butler, Bam, and Adebayo. Maybe those guys get limited. But let's look at the minutes for a lot of these teams in their second preseason game. So the Pistons in their second preseason game, this is how the minutes played out. Some starters getting close to 30 minutes. Drummond again playing 25. I think Drummond's probably the safest of the starters for minutes-wise. If you look at the Magic, this is their second game last year. Doncic got 26. A couple of the other starters in the mid-20s. I assume we get Doncic and Porzingis for like 25 minutes or so, just going off what we saw last year. The Magic are a team, again, we kind of want to target. This was their third game of the preseason last year, but the starters still getting decent run, like all of them, in the mid-20s. So definitely do kind of like the Magic. The Hawks, some of the younger guys got some good run. Trae Young got 29 minutes, Bazemore, Dorsey. So, yeah, don't mind the Hawks either. The Heat, again, this was their second game last year. They are playing in a back-to-back, though, which does worry me a little bit. The Hornets, this was their second game as well. A couple starters getting in the 20s. Pelicans, a lot of guys in the teens. Alfred Payton got 24. Kind of spread out there. Same thing with the Bulls. This was their second game in the preseason last year as well. A lot of the starters, in the teens, and Chris Dunn got 20. Jazz, I think this was the first game because they really haven't played an NBA team yet in the preseason. I think they played like an overseas team or something like that. But in the first preseason game last year, a lot of the starters got in the mid-20s, so that's definitely viable. And then the Bucks, this was their second preseason game last year. Again, all the main guys sat. I assume they're going to be back in this one. And I assume we can project probably 25 or so minutes from those main guys. So with that all out of the way, let's look into the prices first. And again, I like a lot of centers on this one. Once again, centers, power forwards, I want to cram in as many of those guys as I can. So once again, we'll start with center. Drummond at 7.6K. Really like this, the upside here. The minutes seem pretty safe. I mean, I think he's basically guaranteed to play 25 minutes, right? He got a good amount of run last time too. So, in a matchup against, I don't know who Dallas is going to throw out there. Possibly Kleber, maybe Boban, Porzingis. Drummond should still have his way. So I do like him as a spend up. Zion is center eligible. It's strange at Draftkings, but he's a guy I really like. The Pelicans and the Bulls game is probably the game you want. It's going to be the game at the fastest pace, I should say. Like New Orleans, we saw with New Orleans, Atlanta, those two teams has played at such a fast pace. Again, Atlanta's going to play really fast too. So this game should be back and forth with the Bulls, Pelicans. Vucevic at 7.2K, definitely viable as well. And he fouled out in the third quarter last game. But a matchup against Atlanta, he should have his way with whoever they throw on him, whether it be John Collins, whether it be Damian Jones, Alex Len. Vucevic should have his way, so I really like him as well. Porzingis, 6.7K. Again, he sat out this game. I assume we can get 25 minutes out of him. So, I do like him a good amount too. Again, this is Tuesday night. The slate is Wednesday, so we don't know. There's not a whole lot of news out right now. So again, it's really important to follow me on Twitter. That is in the description below. Also, I will be live streaming before lock, 30 minutes before lock on my YouTube channel. So be sure to check out the live stream. Marketing at 6.2K, I think is pretty fair. Again, this game's going to be played at a really fast pace. So Markkanen, Zach LaVine, those two guys seem pretty appealing here. The only concern is, in their second preseason game last year, the starters got limited run, but it's a game that should be played at a really, really fast pace. Don't mind John Collins here at 6.1K. Bam, really like, again, the only concern is the back-to-back and whether or not they limit his minutes or not. So again, that's a situation we have to monitor. If Bam's not going to be limited, love him here at 5.2K. Should just feast against that Charlotte front court of Cody Zeller and Guillermo Hernan-Gomez. Let's see. Nikola Melli actually looked pretty solid there coming off the bench for the Pelicans at 5.1K. Don't hate that. Brook Lopez, probably don't want to go that way with, most likely those Bucks starters playing in this one. Now, Christian Wood's interesting. He's a guy I really liked in, Monday or Tuesday? Monday, yeah. Came out the bench and crushed it. And I mean, we saw whenever this guy gets minutes, he can crush. In 19 minutes, he got 19 points, 8 rebounds, 1 block. The concern is, do the Pistons run the starters out there a little more in this one, and that therefore limits Wood a little bit? I don't know. But at 5K, he's still in play. Obviously, the price is up on him a bit now. Mo Bamba, same thing at 5K, coming off the bench, but probably going to play 15 to 20 minutes, and he can crush in that time, so he's not out of play either. Derek Favors, don't think I would go there. He only played 8 minutes that first preseason game, and again, he's a veteran dealing with a hamstring injury, so I don't think I want to go with Derek Favors there, 4.7. Maxi Kleber with Porzingis most likely back and Doncic most likely back. I still think it's okay, but probably better value plays. Gafford, I like. He was really good in the Summer League, but I just don't know if the minutes are going to be there. In 18 minutes on the first season game, he got 12 points, 5 boards, and 3 blocks. Again, he's a guy that can get you there in blocks. Let's see. Jackson Hayes, but I don't know if the minutes will be there. Jahlil Okafor looked really solid. He was the big coming off the bench, and he got some good run. Crushed it in that time, so he's definitely still in play there at 4.3K. Alex Len at 4.1K, don't hate it, I guess. Probably will come off the bench like he did last game. Cody Zeller at 4.1K, sure. Don't mind it, I guess. Myers Leonard, too, picked up the start and actually looked pretty good there, playing the 4. So if he picks up the start again at a flat minimum price, he's a guy we got to consider. And then that's basically it. I mean, Tony Bradley is a guy I loved playing in the Summer League. I just don't know if the minutes will be there. I think the starters will get some decent run. But if he gets minutes, watch out for that guy because he can crush in limited time. So let's look at the power forward. Yanis, Obviously not the best matchup, but I think he has the highest floor out of anyone on the slate. Again, if we're looking at the game logs from the Bucks' second preseason game last year, Yanis played 27 minutes. So, yeah, I mean, I think that the floor is the highest with him. The matchup, not the best, but he's still in play here as a spend up. Zion, I like a decent amount. The price is up there, though, at 7.5K. In 28 minutes, he had 16.7 boards, 3 assists, 3 steals. So he does have some upside. Again, Bulls defense not too scared of this one. And the Pelicans want to play at a really fast pace. So, yeah, this game, again, Bulls, Pelicans is going to be played really fast. Do like that game. Aaron Gordon is too cheap here at 6.9K. Going up against Atlanta, especially a team that wants to push the pace. The Magic starters played good minutes in the preseason. In this preseason game, he played 24. In other games, he played close to 30 last year. So, yeah, I like Aaron Gordon a good amount. I don't think the price is up there enough on him. I think he's going to be pretty popular, but like I said, Atlanta really wants to push the pace. Blake Griffin, I don't know if we can go there. I think the minutes will be somewhat limited on him. The price is appealing, but again, I'm just a little concerned of the minutes. Let's see. We already talked about Markkanen, John Collins. Otto Porter's okay. He got limited in the first game. They only played in the first half. So if he's only going to play a half again, I can't go there. Ingram's solid. Again, Pelicans play at such a fast pace. You want a lot of exposure to that game for sure. Jabari, don't hate off the bench. Isaac was a value guy I mentioned on Monday. He crushed it. Again, now a really good matchup against Atlanta. So we could go right back to the well here. The price is up, but he's still in play. Again, he's the guy that can get you there in blocks and steals. I think the ownership's going to be pretty high in him, though, just because, again, he crushed it last time out. Let's see. Other options. DeAndre Hunter, don't hate him, the rookie. He looked pretty good there in 25 minutes. 4.8K, he's okay. Let's see. Miles Bridges at 4.3K. That's just a little too cheap for a starter here. Again, like the Hornets, the main guys here are basically Rozier, Miles Bridges, Bacon. So we look at where the Hornets last year, starters played low 20s, low to mid 20s. So they're still in play. 4.3K. Bridges, I think, is a value guy we got to consider. Again, I already talked about Myers Leonard. If he picks up the start again, I think he's a really solid value play. That's kind of it. So let's move on to small forward. We talked about these guys at the top. Jimmy, and the price is too cheap. I know the concern is, again, the back-to-back, but if he's going to play like 25 minutes or so, I like this play again for Jimmy Butler. So, yeah, I wouldn't mind going back to the well there if, the minutes are not going to be limited. Guys like Middleton and Bledsoe, I just never get on if Yanis plays, and the matchup's tough here. I'll probably fade. Bogdanovich is okay, a little scoring dependent though, a little too scoring dependent, I should say, for my liking. Winslow going to be running the point. Don't hate that at 5K. They actually started Winslow at point and brought Dragic off the bench. That was a little surprising, but yeah, don't hate Winslow. Wes Matthews, again, too scoring dependent for my liking. Derrick Jones Jr., don't mind off the bench. See, those other Dallas guys now, I don't think I want to go there with Doncic and Porzingis most likely playing. Any other cheap options here? Duncan Robinson picked up the start. Again, he's a guy that can get you there if he's knocking down the three. So at the flat minimum, if he starts again, he's in play. That's basically it, I think. So let's move on to shooting guard. Shooting guard at the top is John Doncic. The price went way up on him. Wasn't he like 7.4, I think, on this slate? Now he's up to 8.3, even though he didn't play. But still, like, I think he's going to play in the mid-20s minutes. He's got a pretty high floor. The price is up there, but I think he's in play. Again, the matchup, though, not the best against Detroit. Detroit, one of the better defensive teams. So matchup not great, but I think the minutes should be safe. I think the floor is somewhat high, so I don't mind Doncic. Donovan Mitchell here at 7.4K. Again, this game, not the most appealing. Jazz, Bucks, two slow teams that are pretty solid defensive-wise. But Mitchell, 7.4K, going to be leading the way. If he's knocking down his shots, he can get you there. Jrue Holiday, like this play a good amount at 6.8K. Again, the Pelicans really want to push the pace. Drew in that starting lineup looked really good there in the first preseason game. So 6.8K, he's definitely viable. Same thing with Levine. I like him a lot. It's just whether or not the minutes will be there, right? Like if the Bulls starters can get 25 minutes, I think Levine and Markkanen can crush. Just because the Pelicans again played such a fast pace. I think the halftime score in that Pelicans Hawks game was like 70-70. It was crazy. Joe Ingles is okay, 5.4K. The Bulls point guard rotation with Dunn, Satoransky, and Kobe White, they're going to kind of rotate all three, so don't have a great feel on those three. I think I'll probably pass. D. Rose off the bench, but I don't know if the minutes will be there. Let's see. Again, those other Dallas guys, it's probably a stay away because most likely Doncic and Porzingis are going to play in this one. Malik Monk, don't hate that at 4.5K. Let's see. Did Josh Hart get, he's listed as questionable. Is this questionable ones due to knee soreness? Okay, so that's actually pretty big because let's talk about Nickeil Alexander-Walker again. He was a guy, again, that I liked, but I was concerned that the minutes were going to be there on, Monday night. He got 12 minutes, but he had or 8 to 10 minutes. He played limited minutes because he was not even in the second rotation off the bench. He was in that third rotation, but he came out, was super aggressive and crushed and scored 12 or 14 real-life points in limited time. So if Josh Hart misses, this is actually pretty big because I think Alexander Walker would then fill in that for that second role or the first group off the bench. So I think the minutes would be more secure. And again, this guy crushed it in the summer league. So yeah, I do like him a good amount if Josh Hart misses. If Josh Hart plays, don't know if I can go there because again, I think the minutes will be somewhat limited. So again, that's a situation we have to monitor for sure. Tyler Hero, again, I talked about him in this video. He was the guy that crushed it in the summer league. Came out and was just nailing threes. He had 18 real-life points, 18 3-3 in limited time. Again, off the bench, I don't think he's going to start again, but he's the guy that's going to shoot. He's going to be aggressive on offense at 4.1K. Yeah, I think he's a pretty solid value play again, but I think the ownership's going to go way up on him in the slate. Let's see. Other options, cheap options. I think that's basically it. So let's move on to point guard. Point guard again, Doncic, not the best matchup against Detroit, but I think the minutes should be pretty solid there at 8.3K. Trae Young at 8.2K. Atlanta really wants to push the pace as well. The Hawks in their second preseason game last year, Trae Young played 29 minutes. I'd assume we get somewhat similar minutes, 25 plus from Trae. 25 to 30 would be my best guess. And he's a guy, again, that's going to be really active. He's going to shoot a bunch when he's out there. The ball's always in his hands, so he's definitely a pretty solid spend up here. Already talked about Mitchell. Conley at 7.1K, definitely doable as well. Again, in the Jazz first preseason game last year, the starters got mid-20s minutes. So Conley at 7.1K I think is okay. I like Drew. Again, I like Levine a good amount. Lonzo Ball I like a good amount too at 5.9K. His three, he was knocking down some threes in that game. I think he had 2 or 3 threes. And again, I've been repeating myself a lot in this video, but the Pelicans just want to play at such a fast pace. So, yeah, get some Pelicans in your lineup for sure. I like Lonzo at 5.9K. He doesn't have to score to get you there, and he's even knocking down threes. I like Rozier a good amount too here at 5.5K. He's their number one guy. Him, Bridges, Bacon. But yeah, I think the minutes should be pretty secure for him. I'd guess 20 to 25. Again, the starters got limited a little bit in the second one last year, but Rozier's a young guy, so I think they give him close to 25 minutes, and yeah, he's going to be really aggressive when he's out there, so I like him a lot there in the mid-range. Dragic coming off the bench will probably pass. Same thing with Bledsoe. Bembry, don't think I want to go there. Winslow's okay. Again, the Bulls point guard situation. Don't mind. All three are in play just because the Pelicans, again, play at such a fast pace with Satoransky, Dunn, and Kobe White. It's just the minutes, I think, will be pretty spread out with those three. Other options, DJ Augustine, don't hate it at 4.4K. Him and Fournier are really cheap on this slate. You're not going to feel great playing those guys, but the matchup is so good, and I assume we get 25 minutes from those guys. So don't hate either of those guys. Same thing with Markelle Fultz off the bench. He's actually looked pretty solid here, and I think the minutes will be pretty secure, probably 20 or so minutes. 4.3K, I think he's doable off the bench for sure. And that's basically it, I think. So I think that's going to do it for today's video, guys. Again, really important to follow me on Twitter. That will be in the description below, as well as check out the live stream. It will be live on my YouTube channel 30 minutes before lock. But yeah, really do appreciate all you guys coming to check out this video. If you've been enjoying the content, leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know who you are targeting on the slate. And again, if you want to get entered into the giveaway, all you have to do is leave a like and a comment, be subscribed to the channel. And yeah, let's hope we don't get a Maverick situation like we did tonight with those starters. Let's pray. But yeah, like I said, I will see you guys in the stream tomorrow. And I think we got some basketball as well on Thursday. So I'll have a video up then. So yeah, I will see you guys then.